Let's draw a cute girl in Procreate. You'll get a free drawing guide, brushes, and a color palette to follow along. I'll guide you step by step and share helpful tips and tricks, secret techniques, and Procreate features I use all the time. To follow along with me, you can download the free file and my 3 main brushes. My patrons get access to a more detailed guide, exclusive lessons, and the full set of brushes. Let's create a new layer and pick this color. Now let's choose Signature Graphite. Let's draw the outline and then fill in the shape. Next, pick the following color, select Pastel Pencil, and draw the hair on a new layer. Pastel Pencil responds to pressure, so you can just press a little harder to fill the shape. To make the shape denser, you can duplicate the layer, then merge the copy with the original. Create a new layer, pick a color from the palette, and use Signature Graphite to draw the ear. For each new element, we'll create a separate layer. Merge these layers, duplicate the ear, flip it horizontally, turn on snap-in, and move it to the other side. After that, merge both ears. Let's make a new layer, pick the hair color, select Pastel Pencil, and draw the eyebrow. Here I reduced the brush size to draw this small detail. To quickly adjust proportions or shape, we'll use Deformation Tools. I usually use Distort and Warp. Do the same as we did with the ears. Duplicate the layer, flip it horizontally, move it to the other side, and then merge both eyebrows. Now let's draw the nose. You can use Plush Pencil for that. It works great in this case. If you're using my 3 basic brushes, Signature Graphite will work too. Sometimes it's convenient to use Symmetry. Go to the Canvas tab, turn on Drawing Guide, then open Edit Drawing Guide. At the bottom, select Symmetry and tap Done at the top. To hide the center line, go back to Canvas and turn off the Drawing Guide toggle. Now pick this color, choose Hazy Graphite, and draw the cheeks. Hazy Graphite works well as a substitute for Signature Graphite. In these cases, we'll always use a clipping mask. To draw the eyes, create a new layer and turn on Draw and Assist for it. Then choose this color and draw the eye shapes with Signature Graphite. For erasing, I usually use the same brush. To make a circle, you don't need to draw it perfectly. Just hold your hand for a second, and you'll see an option to create a perfect circle. Fill it with color, adjust its proportions, then duplicate it. Fill the duplicate with a different color and make it smaller. Duplicate this circle again, fill it with a darker color, and make it even smaller. To add a highlight, go to the Value tab, set saturation to 0 and brightness to 100. Draw the highlight and lower its opacity. Then apply a clipping mask to each of these circles. Now duplicate all the circles. Move the copies up, turn on snap-in, and place them over the second eye. To add another highlight for more depth, create a new layer right above this one. Increase the brush size and add a highlight. You can try using one of the blending modes, then adjust the layer opacity. I will use Add for this one. Now let's add a shadow. Create a new layer above this, apply clipping mask, lower brightness to 0, and add the shadow. You don't have to repeat this step, I'll merge all the eye layers to keep the layers panel cleaner. To draw the eyelashes, create a new layer and turn on Draw and Assist again. Pick this color, reduce the size of Pastel Pencil, and draw the lashes. To make the layer denser, duplicate it, then merge the copy with the original. In most cases, you don't have to draw too precisely. You can create a bigger shape first, then erase the extra parts. If you pick the wrong color, it's easy to fix. Just recolor it. Now let's draw the lips. Before that, unlock the reference layer and move it somewhere convenient. Then lock the reference layer again and switch to the layer for the lips. Turn on Join Assist, draw the main shape, and erase what's extra. Then use Deformation Tools to slightly adjust the shape. For the teeth, pick the same color used for the main shape of the eye. Draw a large shape, erase the extra parts, and adjust it with Distort and Warp. Now create a new layer above the mouth base, apply a clipping mask, and choose darker color. To draw the corners of the mouth, I often use blush pencil, but Signature Graphite works great too. To draw the neck, create a new layer at the very bottom, pick this color, and turn on Join Assist. Then I'll take this color and show you a few different pencils so you can see how their textures look. Here's charcoal pencil, then creamy graphite, and finally Signature Graphite again. You can see how I use all my brushes in the demo video linked below. Let's use Deformation Tools here to shape it the way we need. Create another layer at the bottom, draw the body and the back part of the collar. If a layer ends up in the wrong place, just move it up or down. To draw the hair behind, create a new layer at the very bottom and start with Signature Graphite. For the eraser, you can use pastel pencil. It's convenient for switching between erasing and drawing. Now switch to pastel pencil and draw individual strands. Then draw the front hair. Create a new layer at the top for that. Let's fill in the background. Create a new layer at the very bottom and draw the main mushroom shape. Then add a new layer above it. Pick this color and add another shape. Use Deformation Tools to adjust it slightly. To draw a pattern, apply a clipping mask and use pastel pencil. Now let's draw a raindrop. Pick the color, create a new layer, and turn on Join Assist. Draw a line with Signature Graphite, then shape it with the eraser. Rotate the drop, lower its opacity, and duplicate it several times. Create a new layer above the main mushroom shape, pick a dark color, and add a shadow. Then add a shadow on the lighter part of the mushroom. Now I'll pick a dark color for the hair, shade the back part, then the front part. Create a new layer above the top hair, apply a clipping mask, and add volume. Next, let's add volume to the clothing. Create a new layer, apply a clipping mask, and pick a darker color. Start building the volume with Signature Graphite. Then switch to the third free brush available to everyone, Gesture Pencil, and add some lines. When you need to quickly change a color, go to the Value tab, adjust saturation and brightness, and fill the layer with the new color. Now I'll create a new layer above the main face shape, pick a shadow color, and add shadows using Signature Graphite and the eraser, switching between them. Also add some shadow around the eyes. If you love drawing cute characters, check out this tutorial. You'll find even more tips and techniques for creating characters in Procreate. See you soon!